4.5 years ago, all these breweries started popping up around Cincinnati and northern Kentucky. And we were like, man, we gotta get a way to connect these breweries to the people who really aren't paying attention to what's going on here. We said, hey, let's buy a bus and start taking people around, to see what happens. And some of us traveled around the country to shadow other brewery tours. So we kind of gathered up what we liked about these tours, and we developed what we have today. It's evolved to basically make the experience as simple as it can possibly be for the guest, as well as educational as it can be. Public tours, it's more for the local beer tourister type person, or people coming in town for a Reds game and just want to kind of see the city in a different way. Private tours are a lot more customizable, and they can pick wherever they want to go, the pick up and drop off time. When that guest gets on the bus, they're kind of like ours. We take them in, and we make sure that we're their host as well as their tour guide and the one bringing the beer, all the tastings. That's why it's so important that we hire really good, talented tour guides, because that's really your entire experience is based on how good that person is.
Hi everybody, my name's Dan. I'm going to be your tour guide today. We're going to go to 2 different breweries tonight. We'll be doing a couple samples at each place.
We're not just driving people around and dropping them off at a brewery. We're really trying to provide an experience to them. We hit the road, it's generally 10 to 15 minutes to that first brewery. And when we get there, the guests get their tastings, and then we start to talk about the different tasting notes.
This is Sparky. It's a hoppy American wheat.
We recommend keeping an open mind because we try to taste a different style every time we get a beer. The guest might be like, hey, I really like this style of beer. Do you mind if we get that? And we try to be as accommodating as possible, but we really want to push them into seeing some other styles that they wouldn't normally get at a bar or brewery.
All right guys, so we are at Braxton. It is owned by 4 people mainly, 3 members of the Rouse family and a guy named Richard Dubé.
The brewery that we're at, we're talking about their story, kind of the genesis, like where they came from and where they are and where they're going to.
It's absolutely amazing what they provide and what they give to people in these small little snapshots of time.
The tour guides are very knowledgeable about not only the brewery that you're going through, but just the entire brewing process. And so I've actually learned a lot through that. It's a really fun experience. So I highly recommend it to everybody.
Our tour guides really know what they're talking about. When you're learning about this product, you at the same time get to drink something that's made like 20 feet from where you are. I think that's what makes this experience so unique, and I think that's why people have really enjoyed it here in the last few years.
I think a lot of people are into it just for the drinking, and it definitely is good for that, but there's a lot of history, there's a lot of culture. They definitely give a very positive impression of the things that are going on in Cincinnati right now and the things that have been going on over the last 5 or 10 years.
We try to get about 3 to 4 breweries in 3 to 4 hours. All these breweries have really different feels and different atmospheres, but they are all making really good beer. That's the common denominator.
Every city I go to a different brewery. A lot of times when I go to a new town, you have to book a tour in every single brewery. This is unique in the sense that you can book a tour with one company and go to several different breweries at once.
I really like just walking up to everybody and saying, hey, what do you like about this place? Or what do you think about that beer? Just talking to everybody one-on-one. A lot of times they're like, I've heard about some stuff that's been going on here in the city, and I just want to check it out. And this city's really starting to become a nice destination for people seeking out really good beer. You'll be sitting next to, separate, probably 3 to 4 different groups on a bus, and by the end of it, they're exchanging numbers, talking about where they're going to go eat in OTR or downtown. You really have to see it to know what you're experiencing. It's supposed to be enjoyed by everybody, and that's the kind of experience that we want everybody to come on our bus and learn a little bit about beer and drink it and have a good time with family, friends, coworkers, or some random people that they just happen to be sitting next to.